Good morning, everyone. So today I am leaving New York and heading to Ohio. It's my youngest sister's birthday, actually tomorrow. So I am riding out there, gonna do some fun things while I'm there. And we're also going to the Renaissance Festival on Saturday, which I'm super excited about. And I haven't been on a long distance trip on the bike in quite a bit. So I figured I'd bring you guys along for the adventure. So I think it's about 367 miles, somewhere around there from here to just outside of Columbus, which is where I'm going to be going and staying. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be around 6 hours or so with, you know, gas stops, breaks, things like that. Normally, if I was just taking my truck, it'd take me like 5 hours to get there. But anyways, let's go ahead and hop on the bike and chat about it. All right, finally on the road and out of traffic. Almost as soon as I got on the highway, of course, there was some traffic. It wasn't very long, but of course it's because people don't know how to merge when the construction signs tell you when to merge. So there's a bit of a backup. I was only really in traffic for about 5 minutes or so, so it really wasn't that bad. But I was starting to get pretty warm, even though I think it's about 55 degrees outside right now. And it's been pretty cloudy, so it was definitely cool. But now that I'm getting a little bit more sun, it doesn't feel too bad out. It's actually pretty nice. And should be warming up to, I think, like the mid 70s today, so it should actually be really, really nice out, which is awesome. I absolutely love riding out to Ohio from Western New York. It's really beautiful scenery. A lot of these, you know, big open fields with a lot of trees and grass. And then as I get closer to Ohio, it starts to turn into, you know, farmlands and things like that. And it's just really, really pretty. It's a really easy route to get from Western New York to to Ohio rather. It's pretty straightforward, which makes the commute rather easy. So many trucks out today. Though it is almost the end of the week, so I'm assuming they're, you know, making end of week deliveries and whatnot. But as I said earlier, I am very, very excited for this weekend. Well, first off, it's the first long distance trip that I've taken on my motorcycle since I went to No Post Camp Out back in the end of June. So it's been a minute here since the last time I went on a ride that was more than maybe like 150 miles. I do that kind of riding on, you know, any given day on the weekend when I get to get out and go riding. So I'm sure I'll be a little tired by the end of my ride, but it's all worth it. I needed some time alone, especially time on the bike, because this really is my therapy. Been having a lot going on the last few months or so that's really been stressing me out and giving me high anxiety. So this trip not only is to celebrate my sister's birthday, and also I have a nephew and three of my nieces. Their birthdays are all within like a few weeks of each other. So we're kind of celebrating for the kids too, which is really nice. But this trip really is needed for me just so that I can have a little bit of alone time and relax. I think this is also the first full week vacation I've taken this year. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's the first one. Most of my vacations this year have just been kind of long weekends, either 3 or 4 days. So it's been nice to just kind of sit at home, do a couple little errands or make appointments and
hang out with my boyfriend and the dogs and my cat and just really relax. So yeah, very much needed this full week vacation, and now I'm going to be on the bike. So I have a lot of stuff planned for this upcoming weekend, which I'm sure is going to be a lot of fun. Today, I was supposed to be meeting with Annette from AZDZ Adventures, but I'm not sure if she's going to be able to make it just because of work schedule stuff, but we'll see. The plan is that I should be meeting up with her at Faro Harley Davidson North around 5 o'clock. Hang out for a little while, check out the store, because this is actually the first time I'm going to that dealership, and I've been wanting to go for a very long time, just because I know Jess, or her Two Wheels, she does a lot of events with them. They're a great dealership to work with, from everything I've seen from her and other people in the Ohio area that work with Faro. So I'm super pumped to go check out that store. I'm also going to be buying a friend of mine, her son kind of collects Harley Davidson t-shirts from different dealerships. I'm going to grab one of them for him, which I'm sure he'll be super excited about. And then after that, I believe my youngest sister and my brother-in-law and I are going to be doing some, I think it's maybe movie trivia at one of the bars that they go to. So that should be a lot of fun. Tomorrow, I am planning on going to a place that her Two Wheels recommended on one of her recent videos, and that's Ye Ole Mill. I guess they make ice cream there. It looks like a cute little store, and I guess it's a great ride out there. I think from where my sister is to the mill, it takes about an hour. So that'll be a nice way to kind of eat up a little bit of time, because my sister and my brother-in-law both have to work tomorrow. My sister is working a half day, so I'm like, you know what? I gotta find something to kill some time so that I'm not just kind of sitting around in the house. And the weather's supposed to be gorgeous all through this weekend, so I really want to take advantage of it and put some more miles on my poor Stormy, because she really hasn't gotten ridden very much this season, which makes me sad, and I'm sure it makes her sad. So I'm gonna get some miles for sure. And then I don't know what we're gonna do after that, but my sister actually got her motorcycle endorsement finally last year, and I haven't ridden my motorcycle out to Ohio since I bought my bike, and that was 2.5 years ago, and that was to go to Cedar Point with both of my sisters. So it's been quite a while, but that's one of the other reasons why I wanted to ride my bike down, because I don't want to miss an opportunity to be able to ride motorcycles with my little sister, which is so freaking cool. So proud of her. It took her quite a while to get her endorsement, just because she would get the permit, it would expire, then she would have to redo it, and she just finally said, this is enough. I should just get the dang thing, and she finally got her endorsement. My brother-in-law also rides, so I'm hoping we can do like a little group ride, and then maybe grab some dinner somewhere for her birthday. And then on Saturday, so excited, going to the Ohio Renaissance Festival, which last year was the first time I ever went, and I had such a blast. We had a great group that went. The weather was perfect. It was a little warm, but it was still really, really nice. And we just had such a great time. We saw some of the shows, obviously ate the amazing food, had some drinks, bought some stuff. And yeah, it was so much fun, and I couldn't wait to go again. So we're going this weekend, and this weekend is Pirates Weekend, which is going to be so cool. I'm really excited to see like what kind of special events they have going on for that. And we're going to bring my other sister, her hubby, and their 4 kids. So it's going to be quite a few of us going, and probably a handful, but honestly, her kids are so well behaved, and they're just amazing, and I love them dearly. So I'm really glad that we're able to kind of get them out to go do something fun that they haven't done before. I really like being part of, you know, memories for my nieces, my nephews, my godkids, because there's so many of them. I'm okay being a dog mom and having a ton of nieces and nephews and godchildren, because honestly, I'm almost 36 and I just have too much stuff that I want to do, and I know I'm being kind of selfish, especially for, you know, my parents that might want to see me have kids, but I don't really want kids. It's my preference, my body, my life, and I'm okay with it. I wanted kids when I was growing up. I really thought I was going to have kids, but it just hasn't happened, and I'm finally living the life that I want to live now that I'm, you know, 30s, and yeah, so I'm being selfish, and I understand if, you know, people have different thoughts about, you know, women having children or not, and making a final decision like, no, I'm not going to have children, but it is what it is. People who have kids, good for you. I'm happy you're living that dream. It's just not my dream. Not my dream anymore. I want to travel. I want to experience a lot of new things, and some of the things I want to experience are dangerous. And having a child, I would not want to do some of the things that I want to do if I had a kid, because it just wouldn't be responsible. In case something ever happened, I wouldn't want to leave my kid without a mom. Just how it is. So things could change maybe someday, but for right now, I'm good with it. Oh, that sun feels so good. It's nice to get a little reprieve from cool weather, especially when it's windy and it just makes it even more cold. But yeah, so that's kind of my weekend plan. Sunday, our ritual whenever I'm leaving town is we always like to go grab breakfast and then kind of part our separate ways at that point. But it's always a great way to end it. We always go to the same place. It's a cool little restaurant. Goodness gravy, I am blanking on the name of it right now, but I'll probably remember it randomly in like 10 minutes when I turn off the camera. But yeah, it's really nice, and I am so stoked that I get to have this weekend with my family, because I really, really love my family, especially my sisters. We've been through a lot in our lives, and honestly, they've been great support, and I don't think that I could get through some of the things that I have without them. And yeah, I love my sisters. They're great. You guys will probably see them, because I'll probably take some footage of, you know, the Renaissance Festival, in case some of you might be interested in some time going, because I know there are a few people that have subscribed or watched my videos that live in the Ohio area. So yeah, you guys can kind of check it out before you decide to pay. Like, I think it's $30 until the end of September, and then it goes up to like $32 for October. But all right, well, I am going to take a little break from the camera and kind of focus, because obviously we're getting into a little bit more, not traffic, but it's a little bit busier on this stretch. I actually should be getting into Pennsylvania probably within the next like 15 minutes. It's not very far from, you know, where I am in Buffalo to get to Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is probably like another hour and a half stretch of the ride, and then the rest of it is Ohio. So anyway, I will probably check in with you guys once I get into the state of Ohio. See you in a bit. I finally made it to Faro North Harley-Davidson. Spent a bunch of money, of course, because it's a Harley-Davidson tax. You got to spend at least $100 every time you go into one. But I also, hi,
Super excited. She actually has a YouTube channel too that you should go check out. It's AZDZ Adventures. Her and her husband do a whole bunch of fun videos where they work on the bikes. Sorry, the sun's in your eyes, guys. And also just random adventures they go on, which makes sense because that's what their channel name is. But we are going to chit chat for just a little bit, and then I'm going to head back to my sister and brother-in-law's. Check you guys later. Hello everybody, and welcome to day 2 of my Ohio adventures. Yesterday was a good day. It was a lot of fun. Definitely was feeling all the riding. Again, I haven't done that long of a ride in a bit, and I did 470 miles yesterday. So not bad, not bad. It was a long day. I think I left my house at like, I think it was about 9:14 in the morning is when I officially started on my trek down here to Ohio. And I got to my sister's work, which is in Baltimore, at 4:05. So took a little bit, but that's because I was a dummy and accidentally hit the kill switch on my bike without realizing it and thought I was breaking down. So that kind of put me back by about a half an hour trying to figure out what was going on there. But luckily, Storm is running like a dream, like she always does. So very, very proud of her for this leg of the trip so far. So today I am taking her 2 wheels' recommendation of going to Ye Ole Mill. And then after that, I think I'm gonna go over to Throttle Co. I've never been there before, seen it in a lot of videos and on people's Facebooks and all that fun stuff. So I think I'm gonna check that place out just to see what's up, see if I can get a cool sticker for their business, because that's what I do. I collect my little stickers and put them on my bike for places that I've visited. And yeah, I think that's all I have planned right now for my little solo adventures. And then when my sister gets out of work at 2, we're probably gonna hang out, maybe go ride our bikes together for a little bit. And then when my brother-in-law gets out, he's gonna grab his bike and we're all gonna go riding and grab some food at one of the local places around here, which should be really nice. But first, the most important thing to start the day, we're gonna get some coffee. Found this little tiny place in downtown Lancaster called El City Coffee, which is where I'm heading to right now. And I'm excited because I love coffee. So we're gonna do a little iced coffee, see what they got for some nom noms for breakfast. And yeah, get our day started. So I will see you guys in a little bit. I'm finally getting my coffee. I have a caramel iced cold brew and a blueberry bagel. So very excited because I'm pretty hungry and definitely need my coffee. That's good. Before I even took a sip, I could smell the caramel in the coffee, which is really nice. Let's see about the blueberry bagel. I think that'll be a first, or perfect thing to eat before I head out to Ye Ole Mill. I haven't had a blueberry bagel in a long time. That's good. Well, I'm gonna finish this so I can hop back on the bike and go over to Ye Ole Mill. See you in a bit.
Alright, so just a few minutes or so out from Ye Ole Mill. Ugh, dusty. Yeah, so El City Cafe was pretty neat. They had a cool wall that had a bunch of local artists who were selling different items. There were, they called them twisted witch hats. They looked kind of like sorting hats from Harry Potter. And they had some skulls and earrings and a bunch of different stuff. Coffee was super good. Bagel was super good. And they were exactly what I needed to get my morning started, for sure. I was already starting to feel a little bit of a headache coming on, so hopefully the caffeine will keep that at bay. And just been having a nice little ride out here. It's been a bit busy on the roads, like busier than I thought they would be. Lots of people who don't drive the speed limit. That's always fun. And something else that I realized in Ohio, or maybe I just completely forgot and am realizing again, I forgot you guys don't have state inspections for your vehicles. And I'm wondering if that's why it's okay for people to drive with windshields that have cracks in them. That's interesting, because in New York you would get pulled over in the blink of an eye if your windshield was cracked like that. And of course, if you needed to get your car inspected, they would not inspect it. But I mean, okay, a little tiny crack like this, I get it, especially if it's not in like eye line. But I saw this one windshield today. I don't understand how this guy was able to drive or see out of his windshield, because it was just completely destroyed. There were so few spots that you could actually see solid windshield. I mean, it wasn't just cracked. There were like spider cracks and circled, and it was just absolutely insane. Sorry, my phone is like randomly going off for whatever reason. But yeah, that was definitely interesting to see, for sure. Crazy how different things are in certain states. But I will say, riding has been very nice today. It's still a little bit cool. I think it's good gravy. My phone is just blowing up. You ever get that? Like, you're home alone all day with nothing to do, and your phone does not go off at all. As soon as you get on your motorcycle, everybody and their grandmother and your cousin's sister twice removed needs to get in touch with you for something. And every single app on your phone just decides to blow up with notifications. I've had that all day yesterday and all day today, and it's really annoying. Anyway, yeah. So it's still a little bit cool. I think it's like in the low 60s right now, but it should get into the 70s. So I'm hoping by the time I start to ride over to Throttle Co, or probably more so like on my way back to my sister's house, it'll be more like 70. But clear blue skies, and it's gorgeous. And some of these leans are so fun. I've been having fun on some of the curves. It makes me happy. Alright, so just about a mile and a half to go until we get here. It's funny because I had talked about the couple of places that I wanted to go to today, and like nobody that I've talked to that lives here have ever been to either place. My sister had to look up Ye Ole Mill. She's like, I've never heard of that. I don't even know what they have there. And I was like, oh, they're a really, really old mill, and they make their own ice cream, and it's called Velvet Brand ice cream. She's like, ah, okay. So she looked it up. She's like, well, I'll have to go there at some point. And unfortunately, her motorcycle, it's pretty small. I think it can do 55, but it would probably top out at about 55 miles an hour. She just got like a little bike to kind of start out with because she is very small. She's actually smaller than I am, and I'm 5'2". Weigh a decent amount. I won't say how much I weigh, but it's enough. But she is probably like 5'1", so she's a little bit shorter, and she definitely weighs less than I do. So she wanted to get something small that she could easily manage, which I don't blame her. It's her first motorcycle, and the bike was super cheap. I forget what kind of bike it is, but it was like only a few $1,000s. I can't remember exactly how much, but it was very cheap. Yay, Ye Ole Mill, we made it. Okay, there is the ice cream and candy shop. Oh boy, if they have fudge, I'm in trouble. Oh, this is really cute. Popular place. Like, don't you kids have school or people have work? Guess not. Good gravy. I need to turn off that ring because it is just obnoxious. It's a really cute little place. Not much in the way of parking though. And gotta watch out for these big craters so I don't tip over. What you doing there, person? I wonder if I can, like, yeah, I can definitely squeeze in here. Hey, Moto parking. It's probably gonna be a bit of a jerk to get out of here, but that's okay. Yay. Alright. Let's go ahead and go check this place out. This is cool. We got like a little arcade. There's ice cream cabinet. Whole thing. You can tell that thing is old. They find a spot? So I got their pumpkin pie ice cream. It tastes straight up like pumpkin pie. This is probably the best pumpkin ice cream I've ever had in my life. It is very good. So I'm gonna enjoy this, and there are a lot of gnats here, so we're not gonna enjoy it there. I think I'm gonna go sit at this little pavilion over here, eat my ice cream, and then probably head back on the bike to go over to Throttle Cove. See you guys in a bit. Made it to Throttle Cove! Yay! And super cool, I got to meet Nicole, Road Warrior Moto. I accidentally made her late for a video. Oops, sorry. But yeah, this place is super cool. If you're ever in the Columbus area, I definitely recommend to come check them out. They sell a lot of different bikes, Royal Enfields, Moto Guzzi's. There's some really cool antique bikes inside too, for sale. And it's just a really cool little shop. Everybody's super nice. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like inside.
Hey, hello.
Hi.
Fellow Buffalo.
Hello.
What's up? All right. Small world.
Yep.
Just to visit Throttle?
Not just, but this was on my list. Yay.
I'm gonna pretend like it's just a visit. The people that eat no bills, she said. I don't know what that means.
Oh, Buffalo Bills. That's not my top team though, because I'm not from Buffalo. But yes, go Bills.
Anyway, so our came out, like I said, like I'm going to the next day, it's a week from today, and I have started to get our supplies together. Go Tampa. Okay, you guys can. What are you doing?
Taking a video of everybody walking through with their costumes.
Oh, they can go in the trash now.
You don't need them?
Nope. You just need them to get in. That's it. You throw them away.
Let's trash can right there, my dad.
Finally here.
Hello all. So today is my last day of vacation. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I am heading home now. I'm about 180 miles into my ride. Still have 177 to go. So kind of like the halfway-ish point almost. I should actually be on the 90 in about 9 miles. So usually once I get onto the 90, it's super easy. It's just a straight shot from there, so I can kind of conserve some battery on my phone. But this weekend was awesome. We had the Ren Fest yesterday, which was a lot of fun. And I'm really, really happy that I got to be a part of that memory for my nieces and my nephew and one of my sisters, because it was the first time I'm pretty sure that she had gone there as well. So it was really cool to get to spoil my nieces and nephew, get them a lot of cool like little gifts and things from the festival. And I mean, we were there for a good portion of the day. I think we got there pretty much when it opened. And then we were there until a little after 5. So we were there for about 6 hours, 6.5 hours, somewhere in that time frame. But got to see some shows and, you know, have some laughs. And it was just an overall good time. Got home pretty late last night because we had to bring my sister and nieces and nephew home after picking up their stuff from my youngest sister's house. So we didn't get home until about 9 o'clock at night, and I think we left for the Renaissance Festival at about 9. So it was a long day. But my brother-in-law and I just stayed up for a few hours, watched some Wednesday on Netflix, Decided I was going to watch that a second time because why not? It's spooky season. And got a couple subs, relaxed, and then this morning we always have the tradition of going to Scramblers. That's the name of the restaurant that I couldn't remember, I think, in the first part of this video. But we always have a tradition. We go to Scramblers for breakfast as I am making my way out of town. So it was me, my brother-in-law Jerry, my youngest sister Leah, our friend Bryce, and Shelly. And it was nice to see them. Bryce, usually I get to see him a couple times when I come down to town. And then Shelly, usually she has to work a lot, so it's kind of tough to get some time with her. But thankfully she was on call but didn't actually have to be at her work just yet. So she got to come down and have some breakfast with us and hang out for a little bit. So it was nice. It's always a perfect way to start the day. Get some coffee, get some breakfast, relax and kind of ease into the day. And then hop on the bike and crush some miles. So I think I'm probably at about 800 or so miles, somewhere in there, for this weekend. By the time I get home, I should be pretty close to, I would probably say like 900 miles all in all, which I think isn't too bad considering most of the riding I did was down to my sister's house, back, and then some of the riding I did on Saturday, which wasn't a whole ton, but got to see some pretty cool stuff, which was nice. But yeah, it's been a great weekend. I always hate leaving. Wish I had more time because there's still a lot of stuff that I want to do or just spend some more time with friends and family while I'm down there. But it's nice to get away for a couple of days, relax, have things to do, but not necessarily have to be on some sort of a time crunch or anything like that. It was nice to take that extra day because usually I do a 3-day weekend. I head down there on Friday and then come home on Sunday. So honestly, I think going down there Thursday and coming back Sunday, having that extra day was really nice and made it feel a little bit more like a vacation. Weather's actually pretty good. I think it, oh boy, okay. Yep, you got places to be, I guess. Weather's pretty nice. I think it's about 70 degrees, so again, it was a little bit chilly to start out, but at least it wasn't in the 40s. We will take that. That's interesting. Now they must be working on the express lanes, so it kicked us out. But yeah, at least it wasn't in the 40s. I think it was actually like 60, so it's a little warmer to start out this morning than what I had the last couple of mornings, which was nice. Still a little bit cool, but not too bad. Now that I got these nice gloves, shout out to Faro Harley Davidson North for having these in stock. These gloves are great. They are leather gloves and they have fleece lining inside. And it does have a couple of the finger pointers on the left and right hand so that you can use your phone. They're not great. I'd probably say they work about half the time, but at least they do work. I prefer to do fingerless gloves, but if it's less than like 70 degrees outside, I don't really like to wear them, especially if I'm going to be on highways, because it gets pretty cool. But these have kept my hands warm the entire ride this morning, so I'm very thankful I bought these. I think they were like 65 bucks, so not really too bad for some leather gloves that are better for cooler weather. Sign for Erie, PA, 90 East. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the halfway point once I hit 90, which is nice, so I can conserve my battery and whatnot. I don't know when when the next time I'll be able to do like a good decent ride is going to be either. I go back to work tomorrow, unless I decide I don't want to go to work tomorrow, which I might do. I might just say, you know what, I'm going to take a me day and just kind of chill and hang out, relax, maybe do some stuff around the house that I didn't get to before I left, but we'll see. Well, I am going to, oh, we're on 90. Sweet! All right, 167 miles, pretty much all the way to my house. But I am going to go ahead and turn the camera off, and I will let you guys know that I got home safe. See you in a bit.
Finally made it home. It is now 4:30, almost on the dot. And it did in fact take me, well, 5 hours and 54 minutes, I think. Somewhere right around there to get home. And my final mileage for this weekend is 957.3. So not too bad, I think, for a weekend trip. I am very tired and glad to be home. And now I have to unpack, probably shower, eat, and say hello to my puppies. Hi, guys. Hi. This is probably my favorite part of coming home, is seeing my dogs. Hey, Savannah. Hi, Odin. Oh, he's a happy puppy. Hi, guys. All right, well, with that, I'm gonna let these nut jobs out. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this weekend while I did some fun Ohio things. And until my next video, you guys ride safe and keep the shiny side up.